dying. That's kind of how we set this thing up. It was given to us by the Russians. Created it first, and so a big thanks to them. As we used it last tournament, it went pretty smoothly. So everything should look okay on the stream. We're always welcoming feedback as well. And a couple things to note. I know we didn't really give too much information, but there is absolutely no PvE gear in this tournament at all. There's no Vial of Shadows. There's no crazy like mage trinkets or rogue daggers or anything. Everyone's required to use full PvP gear. I believe there is like some 5-man gear allowed and maybe some older PvE gear, but no like new Dragon Soul gear at all. So this damage that you're seeing is is just regular PvP damage. So it can be crazy at times.
Yep, that is very true. If you're currently active in the PvP community right now, you know how absurd some of the new trinkets are. I think the NAO staff is doing a fantastic job at deciding what gear can be put in, what gear can't be.
Yeah, definitely. We are, guys. If you're having trouble with the stream, if you are, lagging at all in the 1080p, we are streaming at a really high quality. And the next map is going to be Blade's Edge. The losers do pick the map, by the way. So the Paladin Lock Shaman did choose Blade's Edge. So we're going to get into that right now. But again, just to let you guys know, if you guys are lagging at all in the 1080p, it could possibly be your computer. It could possibly be your connection. So you might want to downgrade to 720. There's a lot of people, we're getting a lot of feedback right now saying that it's no lag at 1080. So maybe they have good computers, or doesn't matter. But either way, just pick whatever's best for you. 720 is still good, but we also want to give you guys the best quality at 1080. Big thanks to Muggums for streaming that. He streamed all last tournament, and is probably going to be streaming most of this. So huge thanks to him.
Yeah, and a huge thanks to just the entire NAO cast. Without them, 100% this would not be possible. And this is great entertainment. I'm so happy that there are actually WoW tournaments again.
Yeah.
The last one was WCG, one before that was BlizzCon, and I think the one before that was BlizzCon. So
yeah. Yeah, definitely. People don't realize how much work actually goes into these things. These things don't just happen overnight, especially when we're trying to bring it, really professional, at a professional level, high quality, stuff like that. So there's a lot of work and a lot of money. So just try and bear with us. We're just starting out here on this, especially for today. And we're going to go kill ourselves and get this game going.
Well, so one thing I want to touch on is I think that the LSP is going to have to kill the DK. I don't think the Rogue's a very good target. The Death Knight is Frost, so he doesn't have, the perfect AMS, he doesn't have AMZ, and we're all dead now.
Yep. We're going to get this going. Yeah, so do you think they're going to change anything up here? Obviously that Paladin, as soon as that Rogue and DK connect on him, it gets really scary for him. He has to pop up a ton of cooldowns. You saw him had to use his Divine Shield almost within the first 20 seconds of last game. So
yeah, and
we're going to get this countdown going in a second too. I'm ready to count down in 3, 2, 1. Alright, so this game's going to be starting right now. Here we go.
And the gates are opening.
Yep. So yeah, this map might be a little bit better. I'm not sure. What do you think? Maybe they can utilize some of that knockoff thunderstorms from the Shaman on the two melee might help.
I think they either have to take it one of two ways. One is either pull them back and force the Shaman in, or stand on the pillar and knock them off. And they are just starting hard right on this Paladin right now, popping tons of cooldowns into him. We already have a Shadow Dance here, and he just got global.
And so he just takes the bubble, doesn't get a bubble off. You see it, he sat through the full Garrote, tried to sit the kidney, and it just didn't happen. I saw him drop down from 20% to 0.
Yeah.
So, that's what happens again. It's a full PvP gear, guys. You can't even imagine what happens when you wear Vial of Shadows and start introducing all that crap, so.
I don't really know what to say about that. Things happen.
Yeah, things happen. Definitely, maybe a fault on that Paladin's from the Paladin's perspective there. Maybe he didn't think he was going to take that much damage, but Pretty insane.
Yeah, I think his goal there was to just hold off on the bubble as long as possible. That way, maybe it'll force an extra offensive cooldown. Maybe he could have tried to get an AMS for the DK to think, I can land this kill right here, right now. Just try and get a little bit ahead, but he ended up misjudging it, and I'm sure it's happened to everyone where you misjudge it, you die without blowing your defensive. It sucks, but it does happen.
Yeah, I mean, rogues are very strong right now. Obviously, the DK is there to, stacking the necrotic strikes, so it's definitely a tough time, and they're just going to have to blow through those cooldowns. Definitely a tough comp for the LST or the Paladin, Lock Shaman, or whatever their team is, the Wizards to face.
Yeah.
This is going to be a best of 5, so I think we are going to have another map here for the Paladin, Shaman, Lock to choose. I think our map rules are that you cannot play the same map over again, so I believe any map other than Blade's Edge is good.
Yeah. And looks like it's going to be Dalaran is what they're requesting. So, just a little breakdown, because I do have my recount up. That rogue got 3 ambushes off, and they averaged 21k crits. So, despite having 0 PvE gear, he did a ton of damage in the Shadow Dance.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, everyone knows it's no shock to anyone that rogues are very strong at the moment. Some would even say close to overpowered. If you visit my stream, I often refer to them as the gods of arena, but definitely crazy damage being put out. I mean, he used his Shadow Dance in the opener. You saw the full Garrote. By the time the Garrote ended, the Paladin was at about 40 or 35%, and then he got full kidneyed and tried to save it, which is obviously, a smart idea, maybe questionable in that situation, but just didn't happen. Like I said, he did drop from about 20% to 0 in that last global.
Yeah, and this is hotted on the Paladin, so he is multi-classing right now. I know he's a very strong druid, so if you're going to throw a good player onto another class, they're obviously going to do very well, but they're not going to play tip-top perfect. However, I think it's still a better decision to go with a Paladin than a druid against this matchup.
Yeah, definitely.
But I've actually played LSP before, and I think what they need to do, I tried to touch on this last time, but the game was starting and then the game kind of ended.
Yeah.
But I think what they need to do is really just bring him back and force the Shaman in so they can get easier fears and easier lockouts on the Shaman. Or they need to, on this map, just keep knocking him off. Like they get Dalaran, they get the knockouts. They need to abuse that. Right. And LA Shaman obviously has to save his grounding at the beginning for grips as soon as the knockoff goes out.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and it's really tough because of that early smoke bomb. It's almost like the LSP needs to be all stacked and ready to peel right away because there's just so much damage on that opener. All right, we're gonna get into this match again. These are best of 5.
And they're actually requesting 20 seconds for internal cooldowns.
Okay. Okay. Well, actually, it looks like they're ready. So I'm gonna begin this countdown in 3 seconds. So 3, 2, 1. Countdown has begun. And again, these teams jump out of the sword so they don't get blown off. Starting at the steps. Game has begun.
Yep. And the Warlock's putting his port in the usual spot. Nothing too fancy. Sap on the Shaman, actually, and they are starting hard on this Paladin. Already Garrote. Yep. Yusa's just popping everything.
You see the dance was used, and the knockoff was used as well, but that rogue does get the step back up.
Yeah, that was actually a great knockoff because he knocked the rogue off. The rogue was expecting the DK to go bet down, but the DK had Pillar of Frost, so he wasn't moved. So the rogue actually wasted about 3 seconds of his dance there. Yeah. That was a great knockoff.
Either way, they still did get that bubble, and the wings already popped from that Paladin as well. I mean, just a ton of cooldowns being used. You see they're trying to go really hard on that DK. He did use his AMS, but it just faded. You see another bomb is used. They're trying to connect to the Paladin again. He is stuck in a full kidney.
And
taking a ton of damage.
There was a bomb used too. So this rogue has actually blown everything now. This rogue doesn't have very many cooldowns. His dance is coming up in another 13 seconds. And this DK is dipping incredibly low.
The DK is dipping very low, and that Shaman did just use NS. He doesn't have too many, I believe he I think he just faked a spell lock right there, so he might be okay. See, the Spirit Link was used. So just a ton of cooldowns being blown. It's only about 2 minutes into the game. I think this DK is going to live, though. You see he's trying to pillar with those dots. He's going to have that AMS back up any second now.
And Tremor Totem was used. Paladin did get blinded. He's out now. And he's back to trying to top the team off. The entire Cleave team is line of sighting right now, but a great knockoff onto the DK. DK does have AMS, I'm sorry.
Yep. So there, that AMS was used. That is going to save him, allow him to tunnel on that Paladin. You see the dance is being used, but there is a Hodge and an AoE Fear on that Rogue on his whole dance. So his whole dance just get used. That Paladin is most likely going to live here. You see the Coil on the DK, trinkets the Coil. Paladin's still taking a ton of damage, goes down to 30%, does get the bop off. Can't believe these the cooldowns they can force without you know, their cooldowns being used.
Yeah, that was actually an insane play by that Paladin. He hodged him on his dance. There was a UA on him, and he still dipped incredibly low when the entire dance was wasted. So the DK Rogue Shaman team is putting out incredible pressure. They clearly know exactly what they're doing, exactly what they want.
You see Bob's I have Bob's targeted right now. He's just chunking out those fast cast chain lightnings, but the Paladin's dipping solo here. He doesn't have any bubble. He doesn't have divine or the bop up. See, the Ore Mastery is used, so he's just casting in their face, barely topping himself off from the damage.
Yep, and the Rogue did have good cloaks.
Holy crap! I mean, this Paladin is just getting chunked down by this Cleave here.
Yeah, I feel bad for the Paladin. I'll say it.
Yeah.
He actually had outstanding Hodges. He knew when to Hodge, he did it perfectly, and he still couldn't pick himself up. It's just insane pressure from this Cleave team.
Yeah, definitely. And we are experiencing some technical difficulties with the stream. We don't really appreciate you guys saying, for fuck's sake, this is so unprofessional. We are, you know, this is an online player-ran tournament. This is only our second tournament. Obviously, you know, we try our best to get this ran as smooth as possible. So let us check on this. That series is going to be over. The Cleave is going to take that series 3-0 versus the Wizard team. So we are going to actually probably take a quick break here while we try and work out some of these technical difficulties, and just a quick 2 to 3 minute break. I believe we may even restart the stream. So just to let you guys know, the stream is probably going to go offline. We'll restart it, try and work out some of these difficulties. Just stay with us, stand by. Again, this is a player-run tournament, so you guys just try and be patient with us. Like I said, these things don't happen overnight, so just hang tight 1 second.